Hello, everyone. So, the most asked question of the year, particularly by a lot of my people who would regularly watch me, and I made this statement on Saturday too about it, and a lot of people, a lot of people probably have heard, I suppose, by now. But yes, I am not going to run for the Cavan Trouble and Miss Authority. Now, I know a lot of people are actually shocked by that. I know a lot of people considered that that it was that I would go and cause a lot of a ruckus. Now, there's many different reasons. I could spend 3 or 4 hours talking here about everything that we talked about because it was basically, to just stay straight, basically for the last 4 years nearly we've been planning on it and we could have done it, but I get into the reasons why I didn't do it and my thinking behind it, my logic behind it. Um, so first of all, I obviously had to make the decision Friday because the reason why we left it so long, well, I suppose left it too long because many people would have said at the beginning of the year that we're going for it, or they weren't going to go, etc., etc. So we were always going to leave it open. So basically, we had to make a decision Friday, and I chose the latter, and which is why we're here at the moment. But the main thing is, I suppose, is it's just I don't think I have it in me, to be totally honest with you, to be you have to be the best of the best. Like, we elect the best of the best as a representatives, TDs and senators and even councillors at the lower level. You have to be the best of the best. You have to be you have to be tough. You have to be tough, and to be totally honest with you, because again, I can't put me and be totally truthful with everybody. I can't put myself up as a candidate and be weak, if I was elected, but like James Buchanan or something like that in America, and do nothing and divide people even more. Politics at the moment in this country is extremely divisive. People are divided, and and I just don't think I have it in my soul, in my heart, to do good. I know would try if I got elected, I would definitely try my best. I would work day and night, but I generally don't think I have it in me to be the best. The county can have. I think there's far better people that can be better councillors than me. Even though I would do my very best to be done, I'm not going to lie to people. I would give it 100% effort. But that's one of the main reasons. Generally, I don't think I have the heart. Politics is different compared to years ago. Even with what's happening in the Middle East and stuff like that. How how do you try and deal with that, or how do you try and negotiate that, or how do you try and walk around that? I suppose because people in Ireland are very whiz up about different things abroad and stuff like that. And as a councillor, you are powerless to get or do anything or to help people to do things like that, like internationally and stuff like that. And obviously too, as a councillor, you have very little power. You have collective power as a council group, but as an individual councillor, obviously you have a good say in matters and different issues and stuff. Of course, you have a mandate by the people. But at the end of the day, you have very little power. Basically, you're just kind of there, and the government departments might listen to you. Take for example the HSE. They might listen to you, they might not. They might ignore you, they might listen, they might not. It's kind of 50-50. But again, at the end of the day, you have a say, a good say. Compared to years ago with the local authority, particularly local authorities and councils, but they had a lot more power compared to in modern times. But yeah, so that's one of the two of the reasons why. There's many other reasons. Like, I just don't think this is I can't emphasize this. I don't think I'm able enough to do it, and I can't say I can't lie to people and say that I'm top of the range and freshly made or whatever. Um, that's to be truthful with people. I'm not going to lie to people and say you know I feel very great about it, even though I will admit I do have a good chat. People did say I have a good chat because I'm known as a hard work. I don't mean to blow my own trumpet, but I'm known as a hard worker and stuff like that. So, and that's what you need. You need somebody who's just will put their head to the ground and walk. You don't want people who will gloat and as councillors and say, oh look, look at this, look at that, look at the other. You just want somebody that will just go and do 100% effort. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do as a human, is you give it 100% effort and you do your best, and that's the end of the day. That's all anybody would ask for you. But the other thing is too, I talked about in the stream, like there's many things. I could write an essay on it, but yeah, particularly Sinn Féin, is probably going to run away with it in the next election. in the local town election. It will be in the Sinn Féin landslide. It looks like it, to be totally honest. A lot of people want change. They're fed up with the status quo, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. They're fed up with the Green Party doesn't exist in Cavan, but they're fed up with the Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. They want a new option, and many people are going to just turn to Sinn Féin instead of turn to Independents or any other party. They're going to straight away turn to Sinn Féin. And we've seen that in the Dáil election, Cavan Monaghan. 2 Sinn Féin TDs elected on huge numbers, 30-something thousand votes, preference votes and stuff like that. And we can tell, but just by that alone, there's a huge appetite for Sinn Féin, particularly because Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have lost, basically, a lot of support in Cavan, particularly in this part of Cavan too, in West Cavan. A lot of people are most likely going for, and particularly Sinn Féin the last few months and the last year or so I've been saying it a lot. They've been doing a lot of grassroots stuff, talking to the local people, and youths and stuff like that. And the main thing is that they're trying to encourage youths and stuff to vote. And not really any independent vote. Like if I was going as an independent, you would really not have a hope in hell, because Sinn Féin is the biggest political party in the state, biggest in terms of finances and stuff. They can just endlessly put up posters and flyers, and they can overwhelm you basically. But there's just the sheer might of the finances and stuff. But yeah, so Sinn Féin's probably going to have a landslide. And the other reason why too, because there was supposed to be another. There isn't an independent OFA in Belturbet in this area. Would probably win again. I say probably will, as an independent. And I don't really want to split the vote. To have 2 independents and stuff, or even another independent, take for example, another party into, or whatever may be the case, and split the vote, and basically people would be, people who are conservative and pro-life and stuff like that would basically not know who to vote for, basically, and that's what I'm trying to say, and basically probably end up with none of us getting in. So I'd be more happy if another councillor, that's independent, even independent or into or whatever, Renew or whatever, would get in, rather than me, I suppose. But I suppose it's and the next kind of thing is the main thing, and I suppose this is really what kind of matters, I suppose, deep down to many people. I'm generally happy for the first time in my life. I'm very content for where I am at the moment and just how my life's going. I'm just kind of very happy. Just I know it's I don't have the whole world at my fingertips or something like that. I'm happy with my job and stuff like that. Happy with life. Even though people say it's the dirtiest job imaginable. Picking up talk shit. Excuse my language, or parliamentary language, but I'm generally content and just serving the people of Cavan, and continuously in that way for the present future, and just doing that and doing good service to Cavan the way I'm doing at the moment. I think that's more beneficial to the people of Cavan, instead of going into politics and talking a load of nonsense in the council chambers and stuff like that. I think that's more beneficial. I think people would rather a young person like me, instead of going for a council job with thousands and thousands of euro a week, and a big pension and stuff like that, I think they would rather you go out and do a hard day's work, and be seen to be doing something, to work hard, and I think people of Cavan would rather that than you fucking off to be a councillor. And again, the one thing I can't stress, and I know many of my friends said this and stuff, like, I should have read because of the money and stuff like that. I know money's not everything, and that's the thing. You could have multi-billions in the bank and you still would be unhappy and depressed. It's not about the money, it's not about anything. It's about making a difference, making a change. Like, to hell with the money, to hell and to Connacht with the money. Money's just expendable. Life is more important. Day-to-day living, being happy in yourself. Money can help, of course, but at the end of the day, it's just an object, money. Your life and your well-being and your mental health, and just your day-to-day life with your friends and your family, that's more important than any money in the world, and that's the truth. So, money should never be anything, particularly as anybody going for a council. That's the one thing I would say. Never be on the mind, They should be just doing public service, community service to the people, great people of West Cavan or even County Cavan in general. You know, that should be the main priority of anybody that's one of our kids. So just to say. But yeah, and obviously, as I said, you know, obviously being pro-life and stuff like that, the media would have a fit in Cavan, not going to lie to you. And the mainstream media probably would have a bigger fit if I even said something controversial or whatever they deem controversial. But, you know, they would have a bigger fit, you know, at the far right, as they would say. But you know what I'm saying. You get the gist of what I'm saying. And particularly because the establishment too, they have to realise this too, that the establishment doesn't like people like me who are independent and stuff like that. They want to just go with the status quo, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, vote all the time, them two parties, say nothing about anything, brown envelopes, stuff like that, ignore it. It's just part of the establishment. You know, they don't like people like me who would actually scream off the top of their lungs about things like that and talk about OT and talk about Garda corruption, talk about different things. It's not good for business for Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, you know, and especially for the civil service, the state, and there is NGOs, and there's people even in Brussels and the World Economic Forum and different groups that are there to shut up if you are a councillor or TD, to shut you up if you say the wrong thing, and to keep you quiet and to put you in line, I suppose. Klaus Schwab and even Joe Soros funding groups and stuff to keep you quiet, to shut you up. Modern day politics, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous, particularly if you're not going with the establishment, if you're against the establishment, not in a socialist way, obviously, but if you want to change, you want a difference to make people's lives better. You don't want, say, your taxes going to waste, going to the developers and big landlords and TDs that do fuck all at the end of the day. Excuse my unparliamentary language, but in general, you know, them things, they don't like that, somebody coming along and changing their buddy system, whether they get thousands and thousands of euro every week for doing fuck all. They don't want somebody coming along and actually challenging and saying, actually, why are you getting this amount of money? Why are you doing this? And actually asking questions like the mainstream media don't. But it's people like me that would actually have a fit on the mainstream media and local media and stuff like that. They would not want a conservative. They would not want somebody that's pro-life. They would not want that. They'd rather just keep the status quo. Because again, the main thing you need to understand about the mainstream media and stuff like that, majority of their funding comes from the government. So why would they bite the hand that feeds them? That's what you need to ask yourself too. But yeah, I could go on, I could go forward. But, you know, it's important to stress, it's never going to be never, let's put it that way. And that's the one thing I'm going to end off with. It's never going to be never. You see me at some point, I say. I just don't think the time is right, to be totally honest. I know a lot of people have been delighted with that. But, you know, I just don't think it's right. I'm happy here where I am. And I suppose that's what matters, really, really does matter. That, you know, you're happy where you are. And I do think, you know, somebody will come forward in the Cavan Baltobin area that's going to put the people of Cavan first, is going to do the best they can and stuff like that. And obviously, if they do come forward, I will throw my full support behind them, you know, to get them elected. But we can only hope and pray, I suppose. But yeah, I just want to say to people, first of all, before I say anything else, you know, a massive thank you to people, like even lots of local people and stuff like that. Just to sheer, you know, I suppose, trust in me, I suppose is a good thing to say. You know, it's overwhelming. It is really overwhelming just to see his trust. And the sheer respect of a lot of people too. It's very appreciated. And even people online and stuff like that, it's very appreciated your kind words. Even just the support, even just watching these videos and stuff like that. It's very much appreciated. I don't think I appreciate it as much as I should be. But it is very much appreciated, and I'm very grateful to everybody for even giving me a voice in the first place, to give me a voice to even speak my mind, even for 5 seconds, an hour, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes going on for 5 hours, you know, it's appreciated. And, you know, I think we are blessed to live in such a beautiful country. You know, I know we have problems in a beautiful county too. I know we have problems in the country in our county. But if we put our minds together and we work hard, we do our best, you know, anything can happen, anything can succeed. But it's when we work together as a community, as a country, is that we make real change. Thank you.